couple on here just to kick things off.
All right.
Go through the technical stuff.
Oh, that's no wonder I'm sweating my boobs off. This is closed. Like,
there you go.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm short, so we got to tilt it all the way down there. Oh yeah. There we go.
Shotgun with Charlie.
Riding shotgun refers to the practice of sitting next to the driver in a moving vehicle. The term riding shotgun came around after the time of the stagecoach, when somebody used to sit next to the driver holding a shotgun, in case they ran into bandits. My name is Charlie Cook, and I drive a lot. I like to talk to people while I'm driving, so I interview people in my car while I'm driving. Welcome to Riding Shotgun with Charlie.
All right, before we start this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie, I am glad to see that you are here and you are watching the show. I've been looking at the Google Analytics. Sorry, I've been looking at the YouTube Analytics, and it appears there are more people watching the show than have subscribed to the channel. So if you are watching the show, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell, because that is good for all stuff YouTube. And if you really enjoy the show, the best thing you can do is share it with your people. All right, welcome to this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Today we are in downtown Denver, and I have with me, she's like a bobblehead over here. I have the Boomstick Babe, Alicia Garcia.
Woo! Hi.
You shake my hand. This is what.
Hello. I already know you.
This is what people do. We shake hands.
All right, it's me. Hi. We're in Colorado. I'm a Colorado native. We're in my city. To the right.
To the right here?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. And this
you guys use
truck is in the oncoming traffic lane.
I love it.
Yep. There you go. There you go. Welcome to Colorado.
Welcome to Colorado.
Nothing makes sense.
No kidding. You guys got it weird out here.
We do. It used to be really cool. It's now very it's very sissy.
It's very sissy. So the easiest question before we even get to anything else is, the reason it's become sissy is because of the legalization of marijuana.
See, I love cannabis. I'm going to be honest here. I love cannabis, and I have nothing against it. I think it's done great things for the income stream of Colorado. I think it's a kind of a scapegoat for people to blame, stuff on weed. Mm-hmm. Just like anything in the world, there's always going to be positives and negatives to it.
Sure.
The negative side to cannabis is that it's like super hydro cannabis, right? It's extremely enginered, so extremely high levels of THC.
It's organic, man.
Yeah, it is. It's from the earth. I'm a hippie chick. I'm a hippie chick. I'm a little bruja around here. I love natural things in the earth and organic and all that jazz. So I'm very Colorado in that aspect.
Yeah.
But the bad part of cannabis is that since it's super, super, super concentrated, young kids are getting their hands on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And their brain hasn't been even fully developed yet. They don't even have a fully functional frontal lobe.
Right.
You know what I mean? So these kids are getting access to this super, super hydro weed, and it's messing with their head, just like these other pharmaceuticals. It's giving them, issues, right? So... Yeah. Of course, that's a bad side of it. But the thing is, they make everything, there's so many, everything's child-proof, everything's, regulated. They make you show ID to buy everything every time. There's all these laws enacted, but the truth is, you're never going to stop everything bad from happening. You can't keep, kids are kids. They're curious creatures. They're going to do what they want to do, regardless of all the boundaries and restrictions that you have. They need to educate kids on the benefits and negatives of these types of drugs and how to behave around these drugs and what the purposes of them and all that jazz. Same thing as everything else. Like, we had DARE when we were kids.
Right.
We learned about drugs. We learned about all this stuff. It's like, where's the education in teaching these kids the importance of these things and how to navigate life with these things around them? Because just like guns, you could keep your kid as square as possible. Mm-hmm. They could go to their cousin's house.
Right.
And their cousin's a stoner, or cousin's a pothead or has a gun or access to a gun.
Right.
All of these things. It's like we need to start having these conversations with the kids about how to be smart, how to be responsible, how to be aware, how to be situational aware, how to have conflict resolution, how to handle themselves in certain scenarios. It's like nobody's enriching the kids with education anymore.
Yeah. So I have I was never into doing drugs. Not my thing.
Me neither. I'm so square.
When it became legal, I certainly enjoyed drinking. But anyway, I was
I worked in the cannabis industry.
Did you?
For a very, very long time.
Wow.
One of my very, very closest and dearest friends has one of the, well, he's since sold it. He had one of the most successful cannabis concentrate companies in all of Colorado.
Wow.
And one of his salves, like topical that he made, won the Cannabis Cup for pain relief for a lot of people.
Wow.
There's a lot of medicinal sides to cannabis that people don't talk about. And, you know, people always think about like the psychotropic effects of cannabis and the things that it does to your body, that, you know, to get you high. But there's also things that it can do for you that don't get you high. But it hasn't been bred for that in all these years. You know, people have been artificially breeding cannabis to get you high.
Right.
And breeding out the functionalities of the things that heal you. Just follow Broadway.
Yeah, I don't. Wasn't for me. I wasn't interested in it. But the more I become a gun guy, the more I'm like, hey man, like whatever makes you happy. If you wanna do that, then do that. Just don't force it on me. Don't force it on my kids. And that's fine. Like do what you want to do, man. Like your pursuit of happiness is your pursuit of happiness. It's not my pursuit of happiness. And what makes you happy doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy doesn't make you happy. And that gives us what I call true diversity. Like if all the gun owners were old white guys, that's not diverse.
She's running across the street in her panties.
I may have noticed that.
Welcome to Colorado. She literally is in her panties, and I'm gonna look because you're in your panties.
I know, right? Mercy,
welcome to the Mile High City. So to your left there is the Colorado State Capitol. That is where my little self goes and litigates and fights against gun control in the square state of Colorado. So back to why Colorado is so square is because it's become very, very blue. We have a supermajority of Democrats here, and they are very, very anti-gun, and they have proposed and passed countless gun control acts in the state in the past couple years. Yeah. And it is hideous and heinous. Are these one-way streets? Yeah, these are all one-ways. Okay. So you can move back and forth all across these lanes. They are indeed one-ways.
One of the things that I think people like is when we hop out and get a selfie someplace.
Oh, we could do that.
So we're going to do that.
We're not going to do that right here, though. Because I'm telling you right now, this is where all the homeless and crazy people are. And we strap, but we don't want to do that.
Right.
We de-escalate. We live smart. We don't put ourselves in compromising situations. But if you want to take a selfie at the state capitol, we could pull up to the capitol in the parking lot and do that. So get over to the left.
We're just double parking, girl.
And then make another left. I'm going to take you over there. I know my way around here. Right. This is the Colorado Supreme Court. Very, very beautiful. These are the things that cannabis built. So if you look at the skyline, you know like how Miami skyline is like the skyline that cocaine built?
Right.
This is cannabis built this skyline. So if you go up to, or not.
We're going here. Not.
So this is an active street. There's no parking here.
We're not parked. We're double parked.
Oh, we gonna do some gangster shit.
I know. Yeah, double parking. That's how badass I am.
We're stopping a car in the middle of traffic.
You're on a bicycle. Let's go. We'll be back.
Good Lord. Dang, that was gangster right there. Thug life. Oh. Turn right. Go up Colfax. So we can see some
dude, I gotta put my seatbelt on.
Come to Colorado, folks. We do some thug life shit like this all the time.
Rent-a-car's not working here.
Here we go.
There we go.
So this right here, if you look up there, that's a red light. So we stop at it. See up there? See all that stained glass up there? See there's like a headdress? That is called the Old State Library. And that is actually where we meet and fight for the gun rights. It's very, very beautiful in there.
Can I get a selfie here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
We're more off the road now.
Yeah, we're just crazy. We're just crazy.
So I got a selfie in front of the Washington Monument in D.C. with Diana Muller at a red light. I'm like, let's hop out right now. She's like, what? I'm like, get out of the car.
Hi, Diana.
Hey, Di. We turn on going straight.
So go to the red light and go right.
Okay.
And we'll go back down to downtown Denver.
Yes. So, back to my attitude. If you want to smoke pot, smoke pot. Like, doesn't bother me.
I think it really helps a lot of people, especially like vets who had severe PTSD and stuff like that. And all these, I don't believe in big pharma. I used to work in big pharma. It was a total horrible thing. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't live with myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't live with myself doing what I was doing and supporting the businesses I was supporting. So at the red light, go right. So I said, screw this. I can't do this anymore. So I just finally said, you know what? I'm going to live the life that I'm supposed to live, and I'm going to start being true to myself. And it was always one of those things that I've always believed in guns. I was raised around guns. Guns have always been a part of my life, but it was something that we didn't tell people, you know?
Yeah.
And then at one point in my life, I got to thinking, like, why are we not talking about this?
Yeah.
And it's like, I started realizing, especially now, like being in the gun industry and doing the things that I'm doing, it's like, that's one of the issues in the world right now is people are afraid to come out of the closet.
Yes, closet gun owners.
That are closeted gun owners. It's like they're afraid to tell people and have these conversations with their fellow friends and family members that, hey, guess what? I have a gun and I'm a responsible gun owner and I'm comfortable with it and I am very pro-gun and I'm pro-freedom, because they're not normalizing it. And the only way we're going to normalize gun ownership is if we start making it a part of your everyday culture and everyday life. So, I mean, it was to that point, I've had conversations with people where they're like, you know, I really like your swag, like the shirt that I'm wearing that says Real Ones Tote Guns. And they're like, hey, that's cool, but I'd never wear that. Well, why? Because it says guns on it. Okay, what's wrong with saying guns on it? You know what I mean? Like, well, I don't want people knowing I have a gun on me. Why not? Well, I don't want to make myself a target going forward. Okay. And it's like, so now you're ashamed of being a gun owner. Now you're hiding it like it's a taboo thing and you're avoiding it. And to be quite honest, how are we going to normalize gun ownership and gun culture again if it's not in culture? If people don't look at people and see that they're pro-gun, they don't see images of guns. I mean, you see images of sex. You see images of drugs. You see images of all these other things that are being promoted in the world, but everything that has to do with guns is hindered. It's censored. It's tabooed. And as a gun owner, if you're automatically censoring yourself and hindering yourself, you're part of the problem, because you're treating it as if it is something that it should be treated as taboo. It's something that it should be ashamed of, right?
Right.
So how are you going to lead by example if you can't even wear a shirt that says gun on it?
Very interesting. That is really interesting, and you get some good points, because sex stuff is everywhere.
All the time.
Everywhere, all the time, and it's been that way for a long time, obviously. And it gets more and more. Progressive's not the right word for it. Aggressive's not the right word either. But it's
blatant.
It's more
in your face
out there.
And society is grooming the entire world that sex is okay. Like, and what I mean by that is, here's an example. Me and my goddaughter were in Dick's Sporting Goods the other day, just walking around looking for Nuggets stuff because the Nuggets won the World Championship. So we go in there, and in the store, they have TVs playing. There was literally a sex scene on the TVs in Dick's Sporting Goods. When I was growing up, Michael Jackson couldn't even dance because they were saying he grabbed his crotch. And now we have full-on Skinamax on regular channels.
Yeah, we got
you have sex scenes.
We call it our pocket porn.
Yeah. You have sex scenes in every movie. You have sex scenes on regular television. You have sex scenes in video games that kids play. But you can't talk about guns. You can't. Everything's censored. All gun life is censored. You post something on the platform, these platforms that we use, and sorry, censored. Your content can't be shared because it includes weapons and this and this and that. So it's like, how are we as a society that's pro-gun ever going to come out of the closet and say, you know what, yes, I am a responsible gun owner. Yes, I do own guns. Yes, I do represent gun ownership. And like it or not, here I am, deal with me. Right?
Right. I'm here, I'm armed, so just deal with it.
Just deal with it. Just deal with it. And so when I was at the USCCA conference at the Next Light, Make a Right, and, you know, my friend John Keyes was about to give his speech, and he, you know, he has a shirt that says "Guns Out," and there's a guy that comes in and he tells Keyes, you know, I really like your shirts, but I would never wear it because why? Because it says guns on it. And so I looked at him, I said, so how are you ever going to have a conversation with people that you don't know about guns if they don't know that you like guns?
That's a good
How
point.
are you going to start getting out of your echo chamber if you can't have a conversation about these things with people that are in opposition of you and have an actual discussion, not an argument, but actually sit and discuss these issues that we have? Because there's not going to be anything that's going to start that conversation.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, that's why I started making shirts that had like gun sayings and things on them that I was wearing, because it's a form of speech and it's a form of communication. And nowadays we live in a visual society. Everything's on the internet. Everything's, you know, instant gratification. So how am I supposed to tell you my belief systems if I don't give you a way to know who I am and show you my individuality? I'm very proud that I'm a gun owner. I'm strapped to the nines, literally. And I'm proud about it. And I'm a protector. And I want people to understand that I am the face of gun ownership. I am the face of the Second Amendment. This is what it looks like. Looks like me. It looks like you. This is who we are.
Look like you.
Hey, babe. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Getting stopped in the streets by all the hobos. It's not the nicest thing.
Not quite what you meant.
I get sick of being groped. Get sick of it. So yeah, that's why I always have something on me that's like, hey, I'm pro-gun.
You brought this up. You make a lot of these shirts. You make them on your own. Do you just do one?
I have my own company. I started it as a protest, honestly, is because, you know, all of these platforms were starting to get really, really censored. And I said, okay, how can I say something without saying something? I'm just going to put it on a shirt and walk around wearing a shirt. And people started liking them, and, you know, more sayings came out. I kept putting stuff on shirts, and it just became a side hustle, if you will, a side hustle. So yeah, I make all my own shirts. I do direct to film. It's called direct to film printing. I printed a lot of shirts for a lot of my friends in the industry, you see. So for Kevin Dixie's Train and Learn event that we did this year, my contribution to Train and Learn is I made him a Train and Learn shirt for everybody that was in attendance. So I had all the sponsors of the event on the back and the Train and Learn logo on the front.
Taking a left?
Either or, whatever you want to do.
Where does this go?
Doesn't matter. We're gonna adventure. They both go the same way.
Okay.
We're gonna come back.
Like this goes into a building.
This goes under a building and through a building. So this is the Belco Theater, that is like a concert hall and venue and all that jazz.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I did all the shirts for that. I've done all the shirts for my friend Mike Wilson, Machine Gun Mike, Batcave Ballistics. I do all my shirts for my friend Devin, Trenchwork Chronicles, Visuals by Jay, P. Carolina Custom Foam. I do all their shirts for them.
Very cool.
All their swag. So yeah, that's why I'm always like, people always see me at events and stuff, and I always have.
Yeah, you always got.
I'm always swagged up because I can make my own swag.
That's awesome.
It's nice because then I could customize how I look, because you know I'm fashionable.
Right.
I like to be swaggy. I like to
look
feminine.
I go with black because black is slimming, but not always.
You should send me your logo. I'll make you some shirts on me.
I would love that.
I'll make you some shirts.
I would love that. I've been, I don't want to say unsuccessful with shirts. I had a friend, she and her husband had a business. They did the first run of shirts that I did. And then I wanted to switch shirts, and then I ended up with some weird wicking shirt that I didn't really like. And as an overweight guy, the shirts that are clingy are not appealing to me. And then they broke up, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that crap. Then I went to one of the print-on-demand places, and I was less than thrilled. And I went to another one, and I was not as less than thrilled. And then I talked to my my logo girl, as I call her, and she just we made up some little things, and she's like, when people want shirts, we just iron them on.
That's what direct-to-film is. So it's a professional machine. It's a professional company. But it's nice because it works with real ink and all that jazz. I mean, look at the color that I get.
I try not to look too much, if you know what I mean. Like, where's the fine line? I mean, it's looking into the sun.
Yeah.
I was wondering that as we were having breakfast. You know, how do you get all the colors to?
Because it's photo quality. It's like I literally can take any photo and put it on a shirt, and I can put it pretty much on any substrate. So I can do polyester, I can do cotton, I can do pillows, I can do canvases. I literally can put it on anything.
That's cool.
And it's nice because then I don't have like a lot of stock building up. If someone wants a shirt, I could just get it and press it right then and there. If people want a different color, I could press it there. I could press it on any type of material. So I have a really nice North Face jacket because, I mean, we're outside shooting guns, right?
Yeah.
But you want stuff that's like sun protection, UV protection, or,
right,
you know, a quality jacket if you're shooting outside and it's cold or something else. Like, I don't want the crap that you get from like...
from Amazon.
Yeah, or the companies that print on demand. They use like that Port Authority brand. No, I want North Face. I want quality stuff. So I have like a really nice white North Face jacket that I just press my logo on. So I get the quality of the North Face jacket, but customized with my logo so I could be swaggy.
I bought, I'm going to say 13 or 14 years ago, I bought a bag for work. That was a North Face bag. I spent $70 on it, which was hard for me to do because I am tactically frugal. Yeah. And I treat that thing like it's a redheaded stepchild, and it's in great shape.
You know, I'm kind of rough on my equipment because I use it. But I like to have nice stuff, man. I mean, I'll spend money on things, but I'll also keep them forever.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like if I buy, you know, nice pair of sunglasses, I'll put my prescription in them, but I'll keep them forever, and that'll be the set that I use until I beat the holy crap out of them and I can't use it anymore. But all my eyewear that I use on range is actually a company that sponsors me. They're excellent to me. It's Hunter's HD Gold. So when you see me on range, I have like gold lenses on. And they're ballistic protected glasses, but they're gold tinted that you can acquire like white targets faster because of the shades.
Gotcha.
And you could just blap, blap, blap your target faster and acquire that target. Plus, your eyes don't get fatigued as fast because of the sun and all that jazz and the dilation. And since they're gold, I get more sunlight. So like the sun's out longer in the morning and in the evening because of the color of the lenses. So it's like, puts you in a better mood anyway. So I'm like, I absolutely love them. So shout out to them. They're pretty dope.
I think Clovertech wears them.
I don't know who that is. Wait, I think I do. I think I just met them at GunCon.
He's from Texas. He's got a long red beard.
Yeah, I think they were just at GunCon.
And he's always got gold glasses on.
I don't know if it's Hunter's HD or not. I don't know.
I don't know. Clovertech's a good guy.
There's a lot of really cool people in this industry that I still have yet to meet. And there's a lot of really douchebaggy people that I've met already. But one thing I will say about the gun industry is that this industry has given me the most sense of family and community and acceptance and love that I've ever had in my whole life.
So this...
Ever.
I was talking with somebody about my show and trying to figure out what the purpose of the show is. And the purpose of the show is to, honestly, it's for me to expand my circle of friends.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. But I want people to see that people in the gun community are not what the anti-gun folks say they are.
Right, we're so awesome.
And I'm
freaking awesome. You're awesome. We're awesome people. My friends are freaking
badass.
The best.
This is what I love. I had I went to go film a show. I met someone. I met this woman, Nayara Andrezic, and I met her in February. I filmed a show with her in Philly in February.
What a beautiful name.
Yeah, she's Brazilian. She's a very attractive gal. And she, in April, I was going back down to film some shows, and I wasn't, I was freewheeling it a little bit, you know? Like, freewheeling with my plans a little bit, and she's like, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, well, I'm going to film these shows with these guys, and then I'm going to, I got to head up to North Jersey and interview somebody. And I called the guy I was supposed to interview in North Jersey, and he's like, yeah, I gotta cancel on you. So I said, I don't have any plans. She's like, stay with me and my husband. We'll go out to dinner. We ended up finding 2 other people for me to interview while we were there.
That's awesome.
Which was really cool, yeah. Gun folks are great folks.
I think that people assume because we're gun people that we're violent.
Yeah.
And that we're really aggressive, and that we're looking for trouble, and that, oh, something bad must have happened to you that makes you think that guns are okay. And it's like, why does it have to get to that point?
Yeah.
The whole point of being armed is to prevent bad things from happening, and to learn to be responsible, and to de-escalate, and be situationally aware, and know how to have conflict resolution.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point. Like, my mom is, so I'm Latina, I'm Chicana, okay? I'm a very proud Chicana lady. Go right here.
All right.
My mom is my nemesis. I love my mom with all my heart. But my mother is such a Democrat. She is such a anti-gunner. My mom is one of those people that tells me, what do you need a 30-round magazine for? Is the deer gonna shoot back? That is my mom. Yeah, right. I know. If you guys want to feel sorry for me, you can Venmo me or Cash at me. You can console me with cash. So send me guns and ammo.
Right.
So my mom is one of those people that, so she'll tell me, oh, well, I didn't tell you that this happened because you have that gun. What do you mean by that, Mom? Well, I didn't want to upset you, and I didn't want you to do something because you have that gun. What do you think I'm going to do, Mom? What do you think I'm going to do? You think someone was mean to my mom at the grocery store, and I am going to go camp out at the grocery store and wait for that broad to come back, and then I'm going to shoot her, Mom?
That's
you think that I'm be that person? Like, I'm not that person. Where would you get that that mindset that I'd be willing to do something so ridiculous? Like, I'm not that person, Mom, and I'm not going to risk somebody taking away my staccato. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, I love that gun. If I have to use it, it's going to be because there's no other choice, and it was between me or you. Right. And it's going to have to be you. To the right.
All right.
So it's like, come on now. And so it's like, how do we change the narrative? How do we make guns normal in society again? How do we make gun ownership normal again? We have to show people like, hey, guess what? I'm the face of the Second Amendment. I carry a gun. I'm a peaceful person. I'm a protector. I do this because I care about my family. I do this because I want to live a peaceful life. I do this because I want to get home to my family. That is the whole point, is to get home safely. Get home. I don't want to fight. And as a matter of fact, I've been in a lot of fights. I'm 4'11", and I'm Chicana. You know how my whole life I've been picked on? My whole life. I'm puny. I'm tiny. To the right.
I think that means you'll stab a bitch, right?
Honey, let's not go there. Let's not go there. I got a bitch. No.
That's a yes.
Anybody want to send me some knives, you can do that too. But the point is, it's like, once I started carrying a gun every day, every single day of my life, I became a more peaceful person.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Because every incident that normally would make me wild and pop off and be like, what's up, bitch? It was like, it's not worth it.
It's
not worth it. It's not worth dealing with you. It's not dealing with the legalities. It's not worth the headache. And it's not worth someone dying and losing their life. Watch this. Sonsa.
Oh, it's just
student driver.
Sure, okay.
But that's the point, is like,
right.
If we're going to change the narrative, people have to start owning their position in the fight. You have to take a side, and you have to take a stance. If you don't take a stance, you're helping the opposition. No stance is a stance.
It is.
It is.
It is.
So it's like, come on, let's show people how beautiful we are. Let's show people how beautiful this community is. I came into this community, and I have made the best friends I've ever had in my life, that enrich me, that support me. They support my business. They support me on an emotional level.
Yep.
They console me when I'm sad. Go left. Student driver is such a damn fool.
Should we go out and talk to them?
I should honk at them. I'm like, this is what happens. In Colorado, nobody drives the speed limit. Everybody drives at least 15 miles over the speed limit at all times. Everybody here drives like they're going somewhere. So it's like, you better know how to drive if you're here, because it's some BS. Stop this nonsense.
See, my attitude is this. I've become one of these drivers. if you're in the right lane and you make a left-hand turn, I don't want to let you in because you should have known where you were going. Like I remember in driver's ed, we had driver's ed in school, and they said you have to plan your trip ahead of time so you know where you're going, right? And so if you're
just cruising,
right? We are, but this student driver,
if you don't know where you're going,
right,
any road will take you there.
Yes. Yes. So if you're half in one lane and half in the other, I will lay on the horn until you are out of my way.
So one of the big things that happens here in Colorado also is road rage violence.
Oh, great.
So, I mean, that's why we never go anywhere without gas. We stay gatted because people are crazy here. But it's very, very common is road rage in the city and county of Denver. So that's why but that's what we teach people to de-escalate. That's why we teach people just, you know what? It's not worth dying for. Just get away, just go away. Like Bruce Lee, you know who Bruce Lee is, right?
Of course.
Bruce Lee, I teach this to my students all the time. So for all of you watching out there, I am a civil rights advocate. I am an RSO, range safety officer. I am a certified firearms instructor, and I am a Cancer. It's just my birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I'm a goofball. So if we turn here, I'll take you a little way around, but this is what we were doing earlier. See?
Oh, look at this. These people got some nice little lives.
Colorado.
Man.
But one of the things I teach my students is a quote that Bruce Lee said, that you can still be defensive and offensive at the same time without engaging. Because if someone, like as human beings, if someone pushes us, it's our animal instinct to push back.
Sure.
Instead of doing that, we can just get out of the way.
Okay.
We can just move.
Gotcha.
And what that first thing that does is protect us, right? You're not gonna get hit. They're not gonna touch you,
right?
And you want to keep people away from you. That's the whole point. You don't want anybody to be that close enough to you to touch you, because you're losing that defensive, upper hand. 2, you're diverting that energy so you're not absorbing it. So it's just like everything else in life. If someone wants to be negative towards you, instead of fighting with them, just remove yourself. Just get out of the way. Period. So you're protecting yourself, you're being defensive by being offensive, and you don't even have to engage. And you don't even have to exchange blows. You could just get out of the way. And you're de-escalating. And I think that's one of these things that these kids don't understand nowadays. They're so quick to be violent. They're so quick to be aggressive. They're so quick to lose themselves in emotion because nobody taught these kids de-escalation. Nobody taught them conflict resolution, how to fall and pick themselves up. You know what I mean? They have no sense of toughness. Like, they don't have thick skin. When we were kids, you got in a fight, you lived to fight another day.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some. But you know what? You got back up and you stood up. And chances are that person you got in a fight with, they became your friends afterward, because at least you had mutual respect for each other now. You know? Like, you know what? You stood your ground. You said your piece. Let's move on. Yeah. Kids can't do that nowadays because nobody's teaching them conflict resolution. And everybody's a participation trophy kid, right? They don't know what it means to lose. Like, people need to know the struggle in life. People need to feel the stress of pain, of struggle. It helps you develop, period. Like the emperor moth, right? How does the emperor moth become the big, beautiful emperor moth that it is? Well, it has to tear itself apart and rip its old wings off and push itself through the top of its chrysalis. Yep. For it to be withered, for it to grow new wings at the light maker right. But it's the stress and it's the pain and it's the going through the actual transition, the painful, the growing pains, that allows it to be strong and develop and rip its wings apart to get new wings. And that's nature. People forget humankind is animals. We're animals. We're in the animal kingdom. We're in the phylum of Chordata. We're complex chordates, meaning we have frontal lobes that allow us to make cognitive reasoning. Right? Yeah. So we need stress. We need conflict. We need to have struggles in order to learn to adapt, to have conflict resolution, to get that thick skin that allows us to be effective in life and to handle things. Because there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you, right? There's always going to be some sort of conflict.
What's this dude doing?
I don't know. He's probably high on something. Colorado. Everybody's high on mushrooms. Everybody's high on weed.
Mercy.
It's downtown Denver, boo. This is what you get right here. This is life. This is what it is. Keep going forward.
What was I thinking? Everyone gets a trophy. I just did a digital
Everyone
marketing
gets a
course.
trophy. You get a trophy.
I know.
You get a trophy.
I know,
You
you're
and
like
you
Oprah.
and you.
I did a digital marketing course this past spring, and we had to have the assignment done. I had to submit it by midnight on Saturday night.
Okay.
And we had to make sure we had to check these 3 questions. We got 80% for doing the project to the best of our ability. We got 10% for putting it in the correct format, and we got
right at the light.
10% for turning it in on time. And there were a number of times where I was like, you know what? I don't really know what I'm doing here, and I know that I'm going to get credit even if it's not good. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to do something. About it. Yeah, I'm going to do something and submit it, and that'll be that. And I hate saying this, most of my Saturday nights when I had this course would be me sitting at home. This is so we're supposed to tell me beforehand, so I don't.
It's okay. I'm going to take you to see some cool graffiti.
Don't be one of those drivers that I hate.
And then on Lawrence, make a right again, right here.
All right. So I would do the homework just to have something to turn in. You're just
going through the motions. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't really know if I'm getting anything out of this, but I'm getting the homework in. I'm turning it in. I'm doing something. I'm turning it in, and I'm getting full credit. Mm-hmm. Like, this is ridiculous.
But so I'll tell you a story. Last night, my friend Devin, shout out to Trenchford Chronicles, Devin Perkins was in town. He's one of my best friends. And on Broadway, make a left. This isn't it, the next one. We go to Red Rocks. He's never been to Colorado. I was like, oh, I'm going to take you to Red Rocks. There ended up being a movie on the rocks last night. I said, let's just go. I'll buy us tickets right now.
A movie on the rocks. So legit, like they put the movie on the rocks.
It was Top Gun Maverick, the new Top Gun. It's a spectacular event. It's so much fun. And you see all the city skylight. You're in Red Rocks. It's the bomb. Mm-hmm. And we got a ride up to the top. The guy drops us off at the bottom of the stairs, and there's a line going all the way out from the front, all the way down the stairs for people to line up to get inside because they're going to, wand you, check your tickets. Right. And I looked at Devin, I was like, this can't be it, because if we wait in this line, we're going to miss the show. Mm. And so I asked the person standing there next to us, I said, is this the line to get in? And he's like, I don't know. And with that, you just saw how people just saw a line and they just gravitated to it.
This is where I'm supposed to go.
And just stood there.
Everyone's going. Yeah.
And so I said, stay here. Walked all the way up to the entrance. There's 2 lines. The other one was this short, right away to get in. Mm. I text Devin like, come up here. We got in like that. And that's the mindset of society that we're living in. They don't question. Mm. They don't look outward. They don't think independently. They follow the crowd. Here's the line, let's go stand into it. That's why the same narrative never changes. Guns are bad. Guns kill kids. Guns are bad. Right. All of this mindset is just propagated through repetition of force-fed narratives, and nobody questions it because these schools are grooming people to comply, to stand in line, to do what you're told, to get your participation trophy, to go through the motions and repeat and do what we want you to do. And that's it. And make it right here. All right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I didn't take initiative to seek it out, we would have stood in line like dumbasses and missed everything. Because we didn't think for ourselves.
Right.
Because we just were like, oh, everybody else is doing it.
There's a movie, an old movie called The Commitments. It's about an Irish group of young white folks that want to put a soul band together. And at the beginning of the movie, they're auditioning people. And people are coming in and doing playing instruments, kazoos, violins, fiddle, washboards, singing, dancing, whatever. And they get to this one guy.
Slow down. And I want you to turn in this parking.
Oh.
And I want you to see this graffiti.
All right. We're going to get a picture with this, too. And one of the guys says, what are you doing here? He gets to the front of the line. They're like, what are you doing here? He's like, I thought they were just handing out drugs. You got in line because you thought they were giving drugs. All right, this is some pretty cool stuff. We're going to get some selfies and put these in the vid.
Look at the graffiti back here.
This is
of the guy carrying he's a native man, indigenous man, carrying That's not you. Carrying a soldier and saying, "I'm so bored with the USA."
Wow. All right, let's go get some
next
selfies.
To a Black Empower Unity of the People.
This is wild.
So this area that we're in right now it's 5 Points. It used to be a very, very predominantly Black neighborhood. It has been super gentrified now that it is, you know, very, very up and coming.
Right.
White people with money. Notice all the Teslas.
Hey, somebody pulls in with the Tesla.
And around another
parts
Tesla.
Next to the parts next to the next Tesla.
More Teslas. But you could see look right there, Joe's Liquors. That's an original liquor store. It's got bars all over the doors and shit. Yeah. Because this is the hood. This used to be the hood where you kicked it, you know what I mean? Oh, there's another Tesla.
Another Tesla that wants to pull in. Yeah, doesn't know how to use a blinker either. You know, as expensive as those cars in, you think they'd use the blinkers.
They don't. They don't. So this right here, turn right. So you could see like all of this is like old mestizo graffiti. Check it out. Isn't that beautiful?
That is
like
cool.
Indigenous graffiti.
Yeah. Oops. I don't want vid. I want camera.
And then if you scoot up, this is Alicia Cardenas. That picture of her right there, that mural. She was shot last year. Her, Alyssa Maldonado, and my friend Jimmy Maldonado was shot in a wave of shootings of this pendejo who went around, make a left, to a whole bunch of tattoo parlors that made national news and killed like 5 people because he was a misogynistic piece of shit who hated women empowerment. And he went around to all these tattoo parlors and places of business and murdered people. He shot my friend Jimmy. Alicia died. Alyssa, Jimmy's wife, died and shot my friend Jimmy. And Jimmy and Alicia, I've known for many, many years. Just follow the roundabout.
All the way around, straight?
And he almost died, but everybody he knew died. Alicia was the very first person to pierce me when I was 18 years old, body modification. And Jimmy's been piercing me my whole life. So go left.
All right.
So, yeah. So people don't understand that there is such a thing.
A lot of your piercings?
I have a lot of piercings. I have my nose. I mean, you could see them all all in here. So all my piercings are pretty much visual. But all my piercings are actually like rings on a tree for me.
Yeah.
So they mark, like, look how cool all this stuff is. Look, here's Ruth Bader Ginsburg and the scales of justice.
Right.
Isn't that cool?
That is pretty wild.
But to me, all my piercings are like pinnacle moments in my life.
Yeah.
Basically to marry my body, my physical pain with my emotional pain or my spiritual pain or whatever. Anywhere you want. It's all the same. There's tons of stuff to see.
It's all the same, but
tons of stuff to see. And I mean, we're just going to go all around this neighborhood. So it's beautiful. So I started piercing my body. I'm not a tattoo person. I don't have any tattoos. I'm part of the no tattoo crew.
Gotcha.
But I love tattoos on other people for other people. I mean, whatever floats your boat, man. Go right.
Yeah, totally.
It's just not for me. But like the very first piercing that I ever got on my body was a piercing somewhere underneath my clothes. I'll let you guys have a little mind escape there.
That's the one thing I won't get a picture of.
Make it right.
It's bullshit.
And then I pierced my nose because I got a scholarship to college and I wanted to remind myself, slow down here.
Nope.
And make a left in this alley. And so you could see all the graffiti.
Wow.
So all the alleys look like this. Just all like tons of different art.
This is pretty wild.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, so I was like, I want to be able to remember, every time I look at my face, I want to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. And every time I saw my piercing, was like, remember, like, you got yourself an education. You need to celebrate it, you know?
I'm getting out of here.
So yeah, when my best friend of 27 years died, I pierced my traguses, because this is your female side and your male side. He was a man. So it was like uniting my pain of my heart with the pain of my body and kind of memorializing it with my body. When my grandfather died, I pierced, you know, this piercing. And when my dad died, just stuff like that, kind of a way to just, you know, unify your body, mind, and spirit. People forget that those are also indigenous practices. you know, for cultures and stuff, and tattooing. Those are lost arts.
Yeah.
So if you want to see more graffiti, we can go see more graffiti.
Yeah, let's go.
It's really cool, right? I'm like, I love it.
It's pretty cool.
So graffiti started basically by tagging.
Yeah.
For like people to let other people know the neighborhoods that they were in. Like, so they're not, you know, trespassing in gang territory or someone else's territory. Like, hey, you're in XO's hood. So stop here, slow down, make a left.
Oops.
And then make a right down this alley, and you see all the graffiti here. It's really cool. Like, it's really, really well done. I mean, look at this shit.
This is amazing stuff.
I know. Super dope.
This is fun.
I would love to do like a photo shoot with all my guns and stuff with all this graffiti, but the city and county of Denver won't let me.
I can see that.
Because we live in the anti-gun state of Colorado. So,
yeah. I told my friends, I said, I'm going from anti-gun, I call it occupied territory, Massachusetts, to almost occupied territory. Or almost free America.
Yeah.
Because I was coming here to Denver.
Yeah, so I'm suing the state of Colorado.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
So I'm suing the state of Colorado right now alongside gun owners, or Rocky Mountain Gun Owners Association, for the 3-day waiting period to purchase a firearm. So in the past year, Colorado has passed like 8 gun control infringements against its citizens. And I'm tired of it. So I testify against all these gun control bills that they've been passing. But that's one of the things that a lot of people don't get involved with. They say they're gun owners, they say they're pro-gun,
right? But
they don't get involved in legalities. They don't testify in opposition of gun control. They don't research who their politicians are that they're voting for and their stances on guns, and they don't hold them accountable for all of those things.
Right.
So then people like me have to go and testify and stand for a mass quantity of people that refuses to take time out of their day to go testify. So they passed a gun control bill that says you have to wait 3 days to purchase your gun. And so essentially, say you're a young lady who goes to work in the morning, her ex-boyfriend shows up at her job threatening her life, says, I'm gonna kill you. You call the cops and you get a restraining order, and then you have to go and buy a gun that day to at least go home and protect yourself. Well, now they're going to tell her at the gun store, sorry, we know your life is being threatened, but you still have to wait 3 days.
Wait. Yeah,
so you have 3 days that he could come and find you and kill you. But good thing you got that piece of paper.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So I'm suing the state of Colorado with Rocky Mountain Gun Owners against that because I'm tired of this stuff.
This is what the Nix check was supposed to do with the Brady bill back in the early 80s after James Brady got shot. They wanted to wait for 10 days and have a cooling off period. Pisses me off that they have to call it a cooling off period.
Yeah, like you're going to do something irrational.
Right. First of all, if you've already got a bunch of guns and you're going to buy another gun, you shouldn't have to worry about a background check because you've already got, if you need a cooling off period because you lost your temper and you want to harm someone, you've already got a bunch of guns you can do that with. Second of all, the Nix was supposed to check that. They were supposed to do background checks to see if you're a criminal, to see if you have a history of mental illness or anything else. But now that's not going to be good enough. And I know in some states they're trying to push for, like I hate picking on New Jersey, but I love picking on New Jersey. Shout
out to Tony Simon.
Right, Tony and Petrolino and Anthony Colandro. They're trying to do this thing where you have an indefinite amount of time to go through to pass the background check.
People forget that people use guns for work. I use guns for work. I teach gun safety and situational awareness and education. If my student comes to me and says, hey, Alicia, I'm going to pay you $200 an hour to make me effective with my X gun, you know, whatever gun that they want, and I don't know that gun, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and I want to buy that gun because I want to learn it. I want to break it down. I want to put it together. I want to shoot it. I want to come familiar with it. Just like you would anything else. Education is the key to information, right? So if I want to do that, that's my civil right. I can go out and buy that gun for whatever reason that I want to. If it's for leisure, if I want to go hunt to feed my family, whatever I want to do, that's my civil right. I don't need a cooling off period to go hunt to feed my family.
Right.
I don't need a cooling off period for me to want to go shoot IDPA, and I want to shoot this new gun and I need time with it now so I'm most effective with it. I shouldn't have to tell you what the hell I won for in the first place. It's none of your damn business.
It is a bunch of nunya.
I don't have to tell you shit.
Amen.
And if you can't tell, I don't like answering questions about why I do what I do. I want to do whatever I want to do when I want to do it, and leave me the hell alone about it. Stay out of my business. Because I'm a protector.
Absolutely.
And the whole point is it's nobody's business anyway. I'm concealing for a reason. I'm not walking around like,
right?
Anybody want to do something? Because I've got a gun.
Yeah,
we don't do that shit.
It's ridiculous that people would think that way.
So how do we change the narrative though? Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What are the solutions? One, how do we get more people involved in advocacy? Because they need to, right?
Yeah.
They need to get in litigation.
Yeah, so how do we do this? I don't know.
We need to get people more involved in legalities. We got to get people more educated. We need to get gun education back into the school systems and into the youth, so they understand how to respect the tool.
Yeah, for sure.
We need to get them mental health practices so they know how to respect themselves. We need to get them de-escalation skills and conflict management. These kids are sissies nowadays. They don't know how to handle anything. Yeah. It makes me sad. It is that's what I do, and that's what we do, and that's how I live my life. I'm going to get you over here with some shade.
Okay. Shade is cool.
Yeah. But I mean, it's high noon right now. So
it is high noon.
Yeah, it's high noon. Welcome to the hottest state ever.
Oh
so people
God.
Forget we are the Mile High City. So we have more sunshiny days than California does.
Wow. That's
and it's
cool.
you're a mile high closer to the sun, so
it's hotter.
It's pretty damn hot here. I love it here. I love my home. People tell me all the time, like, give up on that liberal state, move somewhere else. It's like, so I'm just supposed to leave my family? I'm just supposed to give up on my granny who can't move and just leave her here as a sitting duck? I don't think so.
People think that's a good plan, but it's really not.
It's called quitting.
Yeah.
To the right.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a stand-in fighter.
You can't quit. It's not always practical for people.
So this is.
And the other thing is this: when the people that are putting in the fight move, then there's less people fighting, and then that just usurps another state that turns anti-gun and anti-wacko. And
so I think that guy is gonna move right there. You could pull into his spot right there.
People are gonna do all that sort of stuff, and we're gonna pull in here. People end up doing all that stupid stuff, and then we have nothing left, and it's a bunch of baloney. All right, listen, we need to wrap this up because we are having some issues with the heat.
It's too hot.
And the cameras. It is too hot in here.
I do that. I make that happen.
This is the effect that you have on my cameras. Thank you so much for being on the show, please. Thank you so much for being on the show. How can people find you and all of your stuff?
Instagram at the Boomstick Babe. You can find me on Facebook.
You have two of them because
Boomstick Babe. I have a Boomstick Babe 2.0. Just in case I get shadow banned, they kick me off because I'm censored all the time. I do have a YouTube channel. I suck at doing stuff on it. I'll get better. But any platform, if you look for Boomstick Babe, it's me. I'm on TikTok, but I get shadow banned on there too. Community violation left and right.
Too hot for the talk.
I always have a gun in my hand, so they'd say I'm bad girl.
That's crazy.
Shame
all right,
on me.
Hang tight. Thank you for watching this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. If you are not a member of the Second Amendment Foundation, you can join them with a lifetime membership for $150. There's a link below where you can do that. You can check out all of your pro-freedom podcasts in one place at sdrn.us. That's the Self-Defense Radio Network. If you've made it this far, you need to be sharing the show with a bunch of your people.
Yes.
Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we will do this again.
Peace out, y'all. Bye.